EA Sports, within the game. Boom, whap, snap. He was like a superhero on that run.
Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm ballin' like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, Heisman, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. It is not a game, it is not a game. Banging on your chip when I come through the pain. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic.
Tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Minnesota Vikings taking on Mac Jones and the New England Patriots.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the New England Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings. There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a 4th-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he's got some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 60 yards. And the Vikings need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Well, we get a first look at this Patriots offense, and, of course, leading them for his 2nd season. Last year's Rookie of the Year runner-up out of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They run with a 4th-year man. This is Damian Harris. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jones. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing, Jones. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Cook. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. To throw, Cousins. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So on fourth down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get this underneath to Stevenson. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's another carry for Harris. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Eight yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Jones. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Running on 1st down is Cook, but he didn't find much there. Call it a gain of 3, 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Cook again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 86 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go Madison up the middle. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And not much running room. Down to the 32. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Second and 9. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Matt Judon. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, that's an old play caller's trick right there, right up there with run the ball inside the tackles on first down. You just watch your quarterback get sacked on the previous play. Now you let those defensive linemen penetrate again, hoping to get their hands on him one more time. But this time, he's got the perfect call dialed up, and the screen burns him for a first down.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now Cousins. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Cousins to throw it. And this is Cook with a grab. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the final act of the drive was the touchdown catch by Dalvin Cook. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
He'll let this go deep for Bourne. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. The return is Jones from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Well, the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here comes Rager. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Cousins gives way to Cook. He'll get this down to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On second down, Cook. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 142 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. He's at the 40. 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Well, here in this third quarter, the whole complexion of the ball game flips on a dime there, CD. This is back to a one-score game.
And sometimes when your offense is sputtering, you as a defensive unit have to take it upon yourselves to say, we've got to go out there, maybe take a few chances along the way, and see if we can generate some points ourselves. And lo and behold, they were able to deliver.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now out comes Minnesota. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Still 9 remaining on second down. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. And even 150 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the handoff, it's Madison. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They go play action. Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 20-yard line. That third down conversion good for 23.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They'll run it here on the jet sweep. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second and 6. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
in search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's brought down. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They'll give it to him again. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings will add to their 4th quarter lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Joseph on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Quick completion to Henry. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. And a good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Jones throwing the out route incomplete. That's Myers. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 41-yard line.
So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Jones complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. Here's Jones. He'll go underneath here to Stevenson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Jones. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Jones. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. And the Patriots are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Jones. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Nick Folk for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. So they'll line up for the onside kick. 18 seconds to go. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.